All right, how's it going, guys? It's Monday morning. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I woke up sick. I just made a story about it like earlier when I woke up. It happens. It was bound to happen. I was making too good of progress to just keep going, so I had to be nerfed for a little bit. That's okay. Um, I don't know. I just want to make this video like as an update on what's been happening lately. Not like anyone really cares, but it's gonna be something interesting to look at or look back at in like a couple years time. I also want to make this channel into something that I can just rant to or just rant things about. Does that even make sense? I don't even know if that makes sense. I'm just gonna leave it in because I'm also trying to demonstrate that making mistakes happens to everyone. I don't record these videos flawlessly. There's usually cuts in them. I'm just trying to embrace them. Also, partially that's woeful because I think I am just too lazy to edit. But let's just stick with the first thing I said. That sounds better. Anyway, let's talk about calisthenics progress as a start before I go get some food. Calisthenics progress, I think it's been good. I don't think I'm as focused as I was maybe a few weeks or even like a month ago. I've noticed that I've been focusing a little bit less intensely on calisthenics, and I've instantly noticed a drop in performance thanks to that. And that ties into so many other things which would just make this video extremely long, so maybe I'll like deep dive into it later on in the video depending on how it goes. But once again, let's go back to the calisthenics topic, otherwise I'm going to start rambling about everything and I'll never get to my point. So yeah, let's start with my pull progress. I think my pull progress has been pretty crazy. Not the craziest it could be. I could always optimize things, make it better. I could make my sleep better. I could make my diet better. I could make my trainings better. There's so many things I could do. I could just spend more brain points on calisthenics and pull specifically. But no, I've been pretty satisfied lately. I've decided I'm only going to be training ankle weights from now on. So if I do train front lever, it's gonna be strictly with ankle weights. So that's probably the best next step to take for me, just because everything else is becoming a little bit easy, and I don't want to be training purely for endurance. I want strength increase too. I want my pull-ups to touch to look like Ilyas's ones, and obviously I'm still far from it. I want to be able to do a lot more soupy variations, because right now my soupy touch is very, very weak. I did almost unlock a no false grip soupy touch shoulder width grip. Ignore the grip part, shoulder width, like this. It was very close to touching. I think I did touch it, but then I kept like bouncing up and down. So I don't know if it counts. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing improvements. I've also seen a lot of improvements in my like ultra wide touch, ultra wide pull-ups and stuff like that. But I also did end up getting this tricep pain. It's like a tearing feeling, and obviously I'm not stupid anymore, so I'm gonna rest it. I'm not gonna trigger it in any way, because it's just not worth. It's not worth making an injury or a potential injury into an injury just so you can not train. You know, it's so dumb. If it can be avoided, if you know you've got a pain and you're fighting through it, you're stupid. You are just stupid. You have to be able to understand what pains are worth pushing through and what aren't worth pushing through. This is not a pain that's worth pushing through or pulling through in this matter. It's just dumb, in my opinion. But yeah, that's that. And what else? Anything else in pull? I don't really think so. Right now, I'm just trying to get into a better mental state, because I feel like my brain has been all over the place. I don't really know what I'm doing, just in general, not just calisthenics, but like life in general. It's a little bit confusing. So yeah, hopefully this video helps me clear up my mind a little bit, and I'll probably go for a walk as well, because I'm not working for the next 3 days. But anyway, push progress. I have absolutely no issues, no complaints about my push progress. My push progress has been very good, and that's all there is to say about it. I'm happy. I've got my full planche press. I've got my straddle planche press. I've got my push-ups, which are insane. Like, I don't even know how. I was not even training planche that often. Now I am training planche quite a lot, just because I find it fun. But overall, yeah, no, I mean, it's been great. It has been great. And hopefully it just gets better over time. By the time FIBO comes, April 2026, I want to be at a level I've never been at before. I'm already at a level I've never been at before, but I want to be even more so of that. I'd even like a Pelican, I'd like a Maltese, I'd like this type of stuff unlocked by FIBO, which is maybe like 6 months. So like half a year. I've got half a year to unlock all of these stuff. I'll have Soupy Sat by 2026 April. I'll have insane combinations unlocked. I'll promise that right now. Screen record this. I'll stay true to my word. And yeah, so in terms of calisthenics, that is that. And I'll add one more thing to this. What I've noticed is, if you're a very extreme person, like mentally, like how I am, where it's all in or nothing. So you're either extremely this or extremely that. You can never be in the middle. That's me. Like, if I want to do something, I am gonna do it, and if I don't want to do something, I am not gonna do it. You know, it's not like, oh, I'll do it because I have to. No. It's like, I either do it, or I don't do it. And if you're that type of person, then you'll understand that if you take even a little bit of focus off calisthenics, your progress just goes all the way down, and it sucks. Because if I'm not spending every waking minute of my life thinking about this sport, then it's just not the same. Like, it's weird, bro. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. But if you know, then you know. You can let me know what you think, if you agree or not. So, yeah, that's that. And I think I would want to stray a little bit away from calisthenics now. Maybe talk about some life stuff. I don't want to say too much because I know the people who are watching, and, well, I don't want to say stupid things, you know. But obviously, back when I was in England, I was very stupid with my money. I never understood the idea of responsibility, and I didn't have any responsibilities, quite literally speaking. And I did blow a lot of my money on stupid stuff. I used to be a big gamer. I spent a lot of money on games. And I'm not going to I'm not going to discuss total amounts unless you like DM me privately. But it's an unholy an unholy thing to talk about. It was not good. And now life definitely hit me. I've realized that it's a lot harder to survive. Right now, yeah, I got my studio place, right? Or like, not studio, but it's like a gallery. It's like a gallery house or home. You can see there's a stairs leading up to the top compartment area there. I don't have a bed. I have a mattress. I sleep on a 4-inch or 5-inch mattress. And down here, I've just got enough space to do my home trainings, got some clothes and stuff like that. And I live not too far from my work. And my work, by the way, for those of you who do not know, is I'm a gym receptionist at a like fairly high-end gym. But when I first applied, I thought I'm doing it full-time there. I'm only doing part-time. And for a few months of working there ever since, I didn't have the opportunity to increase my hours. And that was my plan originally. But now I'm thinking about it, and I do have the opportunity to increase my hours by working at a different branch of this gym. But I don't know if I want to. I know it sounds crazy, right? Because like, bro, you have an opportunity to work more hours. Why would you not take that? I see a different path to financial stability. I've got an Instagram account. I've got an Instagram account with constantly, I don't know, it's constant growth. I'm gaining followers, I'm gaining views, I'm gaining respect. Sometimes I'm gaining the opposite. Sometimes people are hating. Of course, the content that I post is sometimes rage bait, maybe not the highest quality, because sometimes you just gotta make crap content to get views. It's kind of shameful. I hate it as well. But don't hate the player, hate the game. Type sheet, you know. Honestly, I don't even know where I was trying to go with this. But let me just backtrack. I feel like there's a different way out of this financial pain, because obviously it's not desirable to constantly brainstorming on how you can pay this bill, that bill, whatever. It's not something you want to be spending all your time on, like your brain energy, your brain points on. It's mentally draining, you know, because you're constantly worrying, you're constantly stressed, and then when you're stressed, you can't perform well because stress spikes your cortisol, right? Does it? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, I feel like there's a way out. I have built a tiny community, and feel like I can do something with that. I've got this little channel that's actually been growing a lot faster than I expected. I thought I'd be stuck at like 20 subscribers for a long time. But nah. So yeah, no, I see visions for this, and I'd rather spend the days that I'm not working, doing my part-time job, just fully locked in on this. But then here comes the part where the friends and followers you have on Instagram, do they respect you in a way, or do they like support you in a way where if you do try to make money with your passion, will they support you or will they start hating? That's one thing to take into mind here, because sure, I would love to do calisthenics. I would love to do coaching or just teaching people things purely for free and never ask anything for it. But what you have to understand is that it's just not possible unless you are living a financially stable life, and you're maybe with your family or whatever. You just cannot afford to do that. If you have a skill and you know it's of value and you're not scamming people and you're legit with your advice and what you're selling, then it's fine. It's fine to make money, you know? This idea that people have been trying to push out on social media, that making money is like a crime. It's not a crime. I mean, you can let me know what you think, but making money is not a crime. It's a way of living. Money allows me to do what I'm doing now. If I didn't make money, I couldn't have afforded this phone. I wouldn't even be here. You know, I'd be homeless on the street. So that's the first thing I'd like to clear up, is that value, giving value and receiving a form of currency or whatever in return or in exchange, that has been a primitive thing from the dawn of time. From like, I swear, even like from before the medieval, I think like caveman times, you know, there was some form of exchange system, and it's just become easier to understand ever since. So for those of you who maybe think that, people who try to sell something or whatever, they're purely evil. Some of them are. Some of them are trying to scam you. Some of them do it only for the money. But some of them do it because they're actually passionate about what they want to do or what they're doing. But yeah, enough yapping on that. what I wanted to say is I would actually like to start making frontlevermain into something. It's a good name. People have been saying it's a good name. People have even made accounts like Muscle Up Main or whatever. It's a good name. It's a good brand. It could become much more. I just need to lock in, and I need to hang around with people who are like-minded and who can push me into that direction, or lead me in that direction. Because I don't know the exact quote, but the average of the 5 people you hang around with is the type of person you're going to be as well. And if I hang around with bums, I'm going to be a bum. So you got to choose your friends wisely. Luckily, the people I'm with, like Mr. Tomasz Bittman, and there's a lot of the other people in Boss Gym, Beast of Static Gym, if you don't already know. They're like the coolest people I've ever met. Hanging around with them, it feels like life just gets better, When I wake up and I'm like, okay, today's the day that we go train with them, and I go to Boss Gym, it's like as I'm walking there, as I'm approaching the gym, I'm not trying to sound corny, but it's like all my problems literally fade away. All of them fade away. And yeah, it feels great. I think that's a really important thing to have. And for those of you who do not currently experience that, I recommend you make that your goal. Find the right people, because when you find the right people, when you find the right people, it's really gonna change your perspective about things. It's gonna make you a lot more productive. It's gonna make you just a better person overall. Find the right people. Cannot stress that enough. Super important. But yeah, let me just see. What have I discussed so far? I've discussed calisthenics, the real world stuff. I don't know. I've noticed that when I have something to say, I don't really stutter. I don't really make mistakes. I don't have to re-record a million times. So that's how I know that this video was worth it. It was worth it for me to sit down and make this video. I can tell when it's not the right time to record. Do you understand how many times I've started a vlog, like the intro, and I could never finish it? I had over 100 clips of attempted intros in my gallery of just one intro, and I could never get it right. And it got me so angry that I just gave up. I put my phone down. I was like, you know what, let's just do something else. Sometimes it's just not your day. And when it's not your day, you just adapt. As a human being, you can adapt. You can get better at things. You can acclimatize to things. If something's not going your way, then just do something else. There's always things to improve on. So if I can't make a video one day, then just don't make the video, Just do it when you can. Do it when it feels natural. And for me right now, it feels natural because I'm actually speaking about things which matter to me. And yeah, I'd say I don't know. I want to be passionate about this sport. I want to be passionate about it. I am passionate about this sport. I am. But when there's so many other elements, so many other things in your life that are they're just standing in your way, and you can't go around them. You have to tackle them head on. It's hard to focus on what you truly want to focus on. For me right now, if I cannot get into a financially stable state with calisthenics, it's gonna hurt me a lot. So it's almost like I have to. There's no other way. There's no other way. And I will say one thing: I would much rather start building my brand, actually making money with calisthenics, right? And maybe lose some followers, the ones who don't really support this. And I would rather break it all apart and rebuild it, I'd be happy to do that. Because the people who are genuinely supportive of you will be supportive even when you're trying to save yourself, when you're trying to grow. Not just grow as a person or as like an athlete, but when you're trying to grow, like, as a I don't know, grow as a business, grow as a person who just wants to make money, you know? Life can't just be about sports unless you're really in a good state, right? If you're living by yourself and you're just not making enough money to cover things, your problems are no longer, your biggest problem will no longer be, oh, why was my Saturday's training session weak? No, that is not your biggest problem. Like, your biggest problem at that point is, how the hell am I gonna pay my bill? Why haven't I paid my bill yet? Why haven't I done this? You know? And this doesn't hit you when you're young. I'm 23. I'm still young. I'm still young. But your priorities, your problems, they change. And I do realize it sounds very boomer-ish for me to talk about stuff like this. But it has to be addressed. It is what happens. And yeah. So I don't know. If you're still watching this video at this point, 21 minutes in or 22 minutes in, then you're like a legend, honestly, because most people will never ever get to this part of the video ever. And yeah, I really appreciate it. So it means a lot to me, for real. And yeah, but anyway, let's go to a more positive note. Let's talk about gaming. There's two-ish games that I've been playing quite a lot recently. The first one is Osumania, for those of the niche type friends, like not niche type friends, but the people who know me very closely, they know that I play Osumania quite a lot, which is like a rhythm game, and it's like keyboard tapping, you know, like piano tiles when the notes are coming down and you have to press them on time. I actually love that game, and I was trying to get to a really, really good level, but again, as I said, all in or nothing. If I'm not fully locked in on that, then I'm just not gonna do it. You know, if that is not my main priority, then I'm just not gonna do it at all. And I've noticed that I've stopped playing it fully, which is kind of a shame because I was getting really good. But yeah, Osumania, I love that game. I'll always love it, and I'll always come back here and then just to have some fun and enjoy the music, I guess. And the other game I've been playing just recently is Elden Ring. I gave up on Elden Ring a while ago. I don't know, these type of games, Dark Souls games, and they never piqued my interest because it made me very angry. I beat Black Myth Wukong actually a while ago. That was fairly easy actually. It wasn't that hard. I'd say some of the bosses in the second chapter, third chapter, they were kind of annoying. And then of course the final boss fight as well. I'm not gonna do any or give away any spoilers, but it was a little bit annoying. But I got through it. It wasn't that bad. But Elden Ring was a different beast. I mean, it still is a different beast because I haven't beaten it yet. I've been having so much fun with it though. I'm like 30 something hours in a couple of days. So there were days when I was playing a lot. So like it is a good game. Which one was it? I think Godric. Yeah, I did a no-hit run on Godric, and obviously I had a bleed build, so that helped quite a lot because the damage just, you know, and I was pretty over leveled for him as well. But hey, a no-hit is a no-hit. I'm happy about it, so that's what matters to me. So yeah, that's that. Elden Ring, pretty fun. And I don't know if I'll continue playing it for now because I'm trying to log back in on calisthenics. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Even now, today, I'm debating what I should do because I'm sick, right? You can hear my voice. My voice is not usually this deep. My nose is blocked. My sore throat is killing me. So I'm really debating what I should do today. Obviously, I can't train because I'm just aching all over. I've drunk like 2 mugs of tea. Mugs or cups? I don't know, whatever. So I had some tea. I'm gonna go outside and get some food as well, as I mentioned earlier on. And yeah, hopefully the sickness goes away. I just don't know what I should do today. I could just be like, you know what, screw everything, let me just play some games. Or I could focus on advertising, I could focus on promoting my just accounts in general, you know? I could make some content. There's plenty of things I could do today. I could choose to be productive today or unproductive. And that's up to me. And I think this is a tough one. I might choose to be productive, but I want to go for a walk first of all, just to clear my head. So yeah. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else for me to discuss. Well, there probably is, but I don't know. It's tough. I'm doing my best though. I'm doing my best. That's a lie. I'm not doing my best. I could be doing better. I could always be doing better. So shame on me for not doing my best. I'll do better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys whenever. Yeah, see you guys.